new bracket.
And you think Congress is going to pass that, knowing who they get their money from?
They do whatever he tells them to do.
If President Trump comes in and says they do it, he'll
Okay, so
Hi, everyone. You won't believe what transpired on Bill Maher's most recent show then. It's making waves right now, really. Imagine this. Known for his razor-sharp wit, Maher is being attacked by his own woke panel.
Trump is...
I'm with Trump on this one, yeah. No one likes a low flow shower. That's an 80-20 issue. That's good politics as far as I'm concerned.
And daylight savings time.
Now, that one I like. That one I like it to be light in the evening.
Yes.
I'm not a morning person. For all the morning people out there, forget you. Okay?
But getting rid of it, don't we have more light in the winter?
Yeah, we do.
So that's what we want.
No, if we get rid of daylight savings time, it gets dark early.
No. What we do now is when it starts to get dark, we move it the wrong way. And now it's dark at like 4 in the afternoon. It's stupid. That's what he's, I think, trying to get rid of. And the penny.
Yeah. He's right about all these things, I think.
Well, it's just good politics to pick out, taxes on tips, all these little things. That
it's somewhat of a distraction from the ongoing.
Of course.
And raise taxes on the wealthy. He said it last week.
Is that coming?
It's coming.
But what about the tax cut for the wealthy? Isn't that coming too?
No. It's going to be extended. He's not going to extend the tax cuts for the wealthy. He's going to no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime.
So you're saying all the donors are about to get a tax hike?
They're already screaming. But he told the Senate that he's open to extending the tax cuts, not extend.
Oh, open to. So
no. But he's already. I think, and Scott Bessent, the Secretary of Treasury, I think, is working on this. Not to extend it to the upper bracket or make a new bracket.
And you think Congress is going to pass that, knowing who they get their money from?
They do whatever he tells them to do.
If President Trump comes in and says they do it, he'll.
Why do you ask? Oh, simply because he had the audacity to have supper with Kid Rock and none other than Donald Trump.
The $500 billion a year we have to come with. That's what, it's going to be a huge fight. But the Democrats and progressives had control in 2021. In those first 100 days, and they put up a taxing the billionaires, and it didn't even get out of committee. President Trump and the MAGA movement will raise taxes on the wealthy.
All right.
Do you believe that when the tariffs cause huge inflation, that the lower middle class are going to reward the Republicans for that? When all the prices go up? Because in 1890, when we had tariffs, the Republicans lost the House and the presidency because the price.
You should know this, Josh, better than anybody, because when we raised the tariffs on China in 18, the prices came down. We didn't have any inflation in 19, and we had the highest tariff we ever put on China.
Hey, how about that dire wolf? We brought back the direwolf. They brought back a species.
It caused anger, annoyance, whatever. Maher is responding to the left's constant criticism with a ferocity that we haven't seen much of in his past. Let me tell you, it's an emotional roller coaster you won't want to miss as he exposes the hypocrisy in cross-party debates.
The Steve Bannon plan is that Republicans are going to abandon the donor class, and then what's going to happen in 2020?
Where else are they going to go? We got total leverage over them. Where else are they going to go?
Well, there's another election coming up.
They're going in the midterms and the thing, but where else are they going to go? If you don't restore the economic viability of the working class and the middle class, and you have to do that by sealing the border, right? So it's not flooded with illegal alien labor. Number two is the tariffs to bring manufacturing jobs back. And the third is that working class and middle class people need a tax cut. They need no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and most importantly, no tax on Social Security.
Hold for a second. Click the subscribe button if you want content that is honest and questions the status quo. I'll wait, so go ahead. Completed? Welcome on board. Let's now examine the events of Bill Maher's most recent explosive show. Maher eventually took the stage to correct the record after weeks of mounting tension. When he was seen dining with Kid Rock, former President Donald Trump, and other prominent people, the controversy broke out. That image infuriated a large portion of his left-leaning audience and sent shockwaves through the media. Maher, however, didn't remain quiet. After a brief respite, he returned and confronted the criticism. He chastised detractors for disparaging him while having a casual supper with an opponent. Maher characterized the meeting as an act of open communication, which he feels is vital, even with individuals we disagree with. However, many in his circle labeled it a betrayal. He criticized the hypocrisy of people who advocate for tolerance, but avoid anyone who dared to speak with people from different political backgrounds. Then, changing course, Maher addressed more general problems the nation was facing, and his annoyance was greater than before.
using DNA they had in a fossil.
What could go wrong?
I mean, what? Well, it's just. I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't.
they're going to do the woolly mammoth next. You know, I think they made a movie about this.
Don't knock it until they, in
I
100 years,
didn't
they,
even- well,
in
of
100
course-
years, they bring back Bill Maher from a fossil. Look how great that would be.
They made a movie once about, bringing back extinct species and the risks of it. It's called Jurassic Park. Maybe you've all seen it,
I know, but
so
this
maybe
is-
we shouldn't screw with that.
He brought up the MAGA movement, taxes, and tariffs. Maher was direct when he stated that he was tired of the debate over who should pay taxes. He accused both Republicans and Democrats of promoting divisive narratives that pit people against each other based on income levels. Regarding tariffs, Maher was unreserved. He characterized them as a double-edged sword, capable of bringing back manufacturing jobs, but also raising concerns about inflation. This was a major point of disagreement during his interactions with the panelists. Maher believes such discussions, even heated ones, are essential to navigating these complex economic issues. But not everyone agreed with his approach. One guest, Josh Rogan, grew agitated and challenged Maher's supposed leniency toward Trump. Maher wasn't having it. "When did we all decide that nobody can talk to anybody anymore without being labeled?" he snapped. "It's crazy." The heated exchange left the studio charged. It wasn't just TV drama, it reflected Maher's frustration with growing political polarization. Throughout the discussion, Maher's irritation at the criticism seemed to reinforce his convictions. He emphasized the importance of engaging with opposing views to make real progress. Acknowledging MAGA's controversial reputation, he argued that ignoring it only deepens division. His message was clear: face discomfort to better understand the forces behind these ideologies. The debate around the economy was especially intense. Maher criticized both parties for failing to propose practical economic plans that don't favor the wealthy while squeezing the middle and lower classes. His strong stance echoed a broader public frustration and desire for reform. He also expressed support for eliminating Social Security and overtime taxes, saying it's necessary to truly honor working people. For many tired of political games, his blunt take was refreshing. The episode was powerful. The fiery debates went beyond surface-level sparring. They offered insight into Maher's evolving political role. His willingness to challenge the status quo, even if it means dining with perceived adversaries, sets him apart as someone who values action over loyalty to any political identity. Now, folks, I want to hear from you. After all the fireworks, how do you feel about Maher's dinner with Trump? Was it the right move?